Alright, so now while waiting, we're going to play a blue game. This is about books. By my standings, third is Michael, second is also Michael, and first is me. Well done, everyone. So today, now and Ethan are going on vacations, I think. So I'm going to do the English Speak Club today. Wait me 1 second. What is it? Alright, so hello everyone. So today I'm going to be the host of this English Speak Club and Mr. Michael because Nam and Ethan are going on vacation. So today's topic is books. Because Nam and Ethan are going to do the programming next week. So books. What are books? What are books? A book is a medium for recording information in the form of writing or image, typically composed of many pages bound together and protected by the cover. And a book is like something that we read to get information or to study. Fiction. Literature in the form of posts that describe imagination, events, and people. Nonfiction. Post writing that is based on facts, real events, and real people, like when you read a book, we just have cartoons, fairy tales, that's all fiction. And when watch a we watch a history or something which people act, and it's like nonfiction. The most expensive book in the world is called the Codex Leicester, and it's this book. It's about the diary of a artist who drawn the Mona Lisa. And the smallest book in the world is called Teeny Ted from Tulip Town, which is it's really small. It's like measured by millimeter, and yeah, it means really small. And the biggest book is measured by meter, which is called the Prophet, and it's this book. So it's end of the information that I shared with you guys. Do you guys have any favorite book you'd like to say that you would like to share? Mr. Michael, do you have any favorite books that were?
Hello. Yes. My favorite books are probably the Harry Potter books.
And why do you like that?
Because when I was little, and I was growing up, I used to love everything to do with like magic and witches and wizards. I just really liked it. So I thought the Harry Potter series was a really good set of books. And I thought the story was great. It just always kept me entertained. It was really, really good.
Me too. I really like Harry Potter, but I like to watch the movies than reading the books because I like to see magic. Yeah.
Well, I definitely really liked the movies. I've seen them all probably at least 10 times each. But I think I enjoy the book. I enjoy reading the books more because there's certain information in the books that's not in the movies, or else all of the movies would have been like 6 hours long. And plus, I really used to enjoy using my imagination to, excuse me, to imagine, yeah, to imagine what was happening. It was always a lot more exciting imagining it in my head, more so than watching it in the movies.
Oh, yeah. And thank you for sharing. And Mary, do you have any favorite book you would like to share? If not, so I would like Luna.
So, I have so many favorite books.
Yeah. Suggest.
I'm sorry, but my micro, my mic is not well. So, I have a lot of favorite book, but it's all like um, it's all like about space.
Space.
Yeah,
And
because I like space. There's some interesting stars, planets, and galaxies. So there's many. I don't know why I love them. Is if you read it, you can see that there are many things that you didn't know, but then if you read it, you know it, and then you feel like you like it. Like Mr. Michael, you read that book and you feel like you like that, and just like being being serious about that. So I think my favorite book is about space. Thank you.
and
Thank you very much.
Can you name me one of your space book?
Can you repeat, please?
Can you name me some of your space book?
Yes. His name is the space of the world. The space of the world. That is my favorite book. Is like talking about space.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Luna.
You're
Next.
welcome.
Next, Mary, please.
Yes. Do you read books like how hours do you read books?
I think I spent like 3 hours reading books.
Uh-huh.
Every day.
Yeah.
Wow, that's more than me.
Yeah, I never sit still for reading books. I'm never reading still. I just want to move around.
And what's your
Do
favorite
you
book?
read? My favorite book is Harry Potter.
Oh,
What was the
Do
name of your favorite book again?
you Harry Potter?
Ah, I've never heard of that one. What's that about?
My Alice, do you like Harry Potter?
Oh, Harry Potter.
but I would like to watch the film more than reading the book.
Oh, Alice.
Yeah, I like to read Roald Dahl more than Harry Potter.
What is your favorite books?
There's The Witches, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Matilda.
So you like Roald Dahl books?
Yeah.
He was a fantastic author. I used to love his books as well when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's so funny. And Mary?
Michael,
Yes, Mary.
do you read Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I haven't read them in a long time, but yes, I have read
But
them all. I have read them all before. Probably, I'd say I've probably read those about 15 times each.
uh-huh.
I
I
think my
read 2 books about Harry Potter.
pardon.
Yeah, I read 2 books.
Cool. What's your favorite Harry Potter book?
Nah, I don't read what's the name of the book? Nah, I never read it.
Ah, I can't. I apologize, guys. I'm struggling to keep up with whose turn it is to talk. All the icons keep switching.
You can see it on the participants as they'll raise their hands.
Ah, there we go. We've got the green square around the boxes. That's working better.
Yeah. Mary, do you have anything else to share?
No.
All right, thank you. Next, Tom, please.
Yes, so what is your favorite book?
My favorite book is Fantastic with the Fox, Matilda and the Witches.
Oh, my favorite book is How to Grow Many Plants and Scientists.
So you like to read about science.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is if your favorite book? If the one that you like the most is your favorite book in your bookshelf, what do you
I think
like the most?
I think the Witches is the one I like the most.
Oh, is that the book that you like the most one?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
How much is that?
I don't remember the price of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
but do you read it?
Can you repeat that again?
Do you read your book?
Yeah, but now I didn't read it anymore. I used to read.
What is the book about? About funny
Yeah,
or scary?
it's really funny. It's about the witches. But yeah, it's about the witches who like wanted to destroy something, but then they just couldn't after they couldn't because the people just like stopped them from doing it.
Oh,
Remind
so
me again.
what's the name
Sorry.
of the riches of your book?
Yeah. Okay, can you repeat that again?
What is the name of the book?
The witches.
The riches, and what is the name of the witches?
I didn't catch what you're saying.
Oh, that's the end.
Yeah, so thank you, Tom. And next, Leyu.
So what's your favorite book?
My favorite book is The Witches.
Also, how much is it?
know your kids.
So what's your so how much money is cost?
Well, I don't remember what does this cost because I bought it a long time ago.
Yeah, my mom and my dad bought a lot of books in my house.
Yeah. So what's your favorite one?
Missing a Misty the Archer and some the creature books have some animals too.
What are they about?
So in that book is
Ba nãy ta đã nói chị hỏi con trả lời hỏi con lấy lại.
you want to see it?
Yeah, of course.
You want to read in here?
Yeah, I can see it.
And some dinosaur book too.
Do you like discover the kind of dinosaurs in that book?
Yeah, it has some. Yeah, but it's yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's just black. So now we go on the picture one. So let's go here.
Is it English?
Yeah.
Oh,
And dinosaurs too. And I have some a little bit of the picture here.
what kind of dinosaur is that?
I know it's like pterodactyl
Oh,
and I've got lots of dinosaur here. So what kind of dinosaur do you like?
I don't know, like T-Rex or something, because that's the only dinosaur I know.
I like T-Rex. And here are some T-Rex too.
Oh, right.
So that's the end of today.
Thank you
That's
for sharing.
okay.
Next, Michael.
So I really like a book that called the big question about mathematics. It's really just talk about all types of things that will make all the mathematician
Oh,
really have to blow their mind. Yeah, but the book I want to read most is the 48 Laws of Power. And
Robert Greene.
yay.
Yes.
Do you cool?
Pardon?
Do you have that book?
I do. I do. I have all of Robert Greene's books.
Oh,
Another good one to check out if you're interested is called The Laws of Human Nature.
is that Robert Greene too?
It is. It's one of his other books.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, can Can you do anything after you read all those books?
So reading those books, so obviously Robert Greene's books are non-fiction, so they're based on teaching you things you didn't know. Those books are more about your relationships with people. If you want to, so for example, the laws of human nature teaches us about how I'm just gonna get that book. Where is it here? So yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to find that book. It's on my tablet here. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, the laws of human nature. I'll bring up the contents page and I'll tell you what it's got in it. So yes, the laws of human nature is, it just teaches you about how human beings are. So the things that we all have in common. So obviously everybody has different things that they like, different things that they don't like. So those are our differences. But this book teaches us about what everybody has in common and how you can become, I would say, the best version of yourself. So by reading this book, you learn a lot of cool ways to improve on yourself, and in the end it just helps you make your life better, and it helps you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So it's got things like mastering your emotional self, so it will teach you, so you know how sometimes people or things will make us angry. It teaches you how to keep your anger under control so you don't do silly things. It teaches you how to transform your self-love into empathy. So hopefully we all love ourselves, and it teaches us how to take that feeling and help us understand what other people are going through, and it helps us help them. It teaches you to do things like seeing through people's masks, which is sometimes people aren't entirely honest with us, and it just helps us kind of see through any lies that they might be telling, so that we can maybe protect ourselves against things we might need protecting against. So it's a really good book, and it has helped me a lot.
Yeah, but I consider the 48 Laws book is teaches about gaslighting other people. Yeah, that's really useful.
It is. So yeah, I've read that book as well, but I'll bring it up here. But yeah, the 48 Laws of Power. There are two uses for it really, and the use that each person will have for that book depends on the kind of person that they are really. So if you are a good person that reads this book, it will help you to understand, like when you grow up, for example, and you get a job and you go work at a big company, for example, it will teach you all of the little games that people play that will help them get ahead in their career, sometimes maybe at the expense of somebody else. So it can teach you what to look out for, so you don't, for example, so you don't get in trouble for something someone else did because they were sneaky. So yeah, it can help people to kind of navigate different environments and make sure that they keep themselves safe and that they make smart decisions. Or if, for example, maybe somebody that's not so honest, maybe if they got a hold of the book and they read it, it might teach them ways to do things that are maybe a bit dishonest to get themselves ahead at the cost of somebody else. So it is a great book. It really just depends on what kind of, what your intentions are behind reading it.
Do his books like made for children to read it?
Um,
No, no.
not young children, but I would say probably a good age to start reading it would maybe be as you're just starting high school. That would probably be the best age to start reading Robert Greene's books, because yeah, the information might be a little bit advanced for young children, but yes, for teenagers, it's great. It's a really good book. I wish I had discovered it a lot earlier, and I wish I had have read it earlier, but it's really helped me since I have read it.
Oh. And Michael, you said you have a big question book. Can you show me that book? I think he disappeared.
Michael, where did you go?
All right, we're going to move on to Jack. Would you like to share your favorite book?
I only one book I just shared. It just be an one story a day because this is boring book. That about one boring book, but I let me check it out and take me a second. Oh, here, that's my favorite book. Here it's a cool project by Dinosaur Earth Space. Here, that about that. All my book. Don't know about here, my book. That is my book. That's only I can do that because I just like to read them all the time. So I can make them my portrait too. I like that. I just like dinosaur and space and many things of and dinosaur or space that about that. That creating I know.
What's that book about?
First step is about a dinosaur and just about let me see Tyrannosaurus and Tyrannosaurus like a big book. Whoa, that is a big book, but now I cannot fit them because it's big. Let me read all the names. Only because it's big, I cannot read them. I can only see a dialogue and some. I don't know. More. Now it is come to Earth. Let me see about Earth. There can be many things to many projects. I know. So that they just go about the planet and about the Earth inside the Earth and about it was the volcano, and rain roll, and something in the earth, something wrong in the earth, water world, and early life of the life, it will come, water and about the water cycle. Let's go about the space. The space are solar system. They got many things. They got the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. That about the 8th planet in the solar system. I don't know what is the one planet. Is a 9 planet in Neptune more. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not the. I found something 9. One thing 9. Not in.
Hello,
They
Albert.
don't about the
How are
sun,
you?
but I see just like that. Something wrong to it. I found it. It's a 9. Only 9 space, but I cannot find. But only 8, so I cannot find it. So that about with that. So that is only 3 things that about.
Oh,
So
thank you for sharing. Next, Mary, would you like to share anything else?
Yes. Do you like fairy tale?
Well, not really.
Well, I like fairy tale.
Why?
What's your favorite fairy tale?
My favorite fairy tale is Snow White.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you like?
I really love fairy tales. Some are scary, some are really fun to read, some are funny.
They are. They are. Some of them can be very funny.
Yeah.
I remember my favorite fairy tale when I was a little boy used to be Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that fairy tale. That made
It's
me laugh and laugh.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Do you
And
like?
sometimes fairy tale is so funny that I laugh all day.
All day?
Not just an hour.
Just for an hour. I love it. Do you like lots
Yeah.
of Disney? Do you like the Disney movies?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Because there are most of those movies are all fairy tales that have been turned into movies.
Yeah, but I don't like to read books. I just want. My mouth is. I don't want to read books because I don't want to be tired. So I just want to watch movies. But sometimes book on. Sometimes I read books. Not too much time.
Well, a little bit of advice that I would give you, Mary, is that it doesn't matter so much about what types of books that you like to read, because as you grow up and get older, the things you like will change. So you'll like new things, and things that you used to like, you might not like anymore. But as long as you do develop a good love of reading, then no matter what you want to read, whether it's a story or if you need to learn something, you will always want to read about it, and you'll be more willing to learn new things. So I would try and develop that love of reading, and you'll make your life a lot easier if you enjoy reading.
I only like Harry Potter. Well, I read two chapters. Well, it's sometimes it's scary.
It is a little bit
Sometimes
scary.
it's so scary. Yeah, because I'm watching the movie. I read to the scary part. There was a what is it? Just dragon snake? No. Dragon head snake? No. Yeah, and that part is too. And then Harry Potter killed by a knife. Well, that's like a scary part. Ooh.
Oh, you're talking about the Chamber of Secrets where he goes into battle with the basilisk.
Yeah,
Yep, with the sword. Yep. Harry wins.
he used a dragon to whatever it is, and then take it in the diary, whatever.
That's
And
right.
then
And he uses
and then a boy disappeared, and her friend, whatever, her friend wake up. Wow. And then a bird the bird have cry, and then a magical bird cry, and then the the cry have go into Harry whatever.
I know the bit you're
And
talking
then
about.
Harry's better.
That's right, because
Yeah.
while Harry was battling the basilisk, he got bitten by one of its fangs. So the Phoenix's magical tears fixed his battle wounds, so he was all healthy and safe again.
Yeah. That's where the magical knife that in a hat. Whoa.
That's right. It's the sword of
wizard
Gryffindor.
hat.
That's right, the sorting hat.
That's the sword where go to the room. Well, that's a sorcerer hat. Whoa.
That's right. That's the hat that decides which house each student gets put into.
Yeah. And Gryffindor win.
That's right.
Points.
They do. Dumbledore likes to give points to Harry and his friends, doesn't he?
Yeah. But sometimes they got punished. Like
That's right.
spider. The big spider wants to kill them. Whoa.
Aragog. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Hagrid thought that Aragog would be a good pet when he grew to be that big and he wanted to eat Harry and Ron.
Yeah. A girlfriend is just be sick. Whoa.
Pardon?
Yeah. A girlfriend from Potter.
A girlfriend from
Friend, but Potter. I don't know her name, but
Harry's Harry's friend that's a girl.
Yeah, but
Her name's
Hermione.
Hermione.
Yeah, yes, Hermione. And Harry was born and Harry was born and her parents, whatever. His parents have been killed by the wicked sorcerer, and then, but he was alive, so everyone know his God.
That's right. He was very famous. He was a very famous wizard because of what happened.
Yeah, and he
That's
just
fa-
because he arrived from the sorcerer spell, and he had a mark web on her head, on his head.
that's right. Well, that's fantastic. I'm
Yeah,
so glad that you enjoy the Harry Potter books.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much for that, Mary. That was great.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, Michael.
Yes. So, Michael, have you heard the book, The Alchemist?
The Alchemist.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I don't actually know what it's about.
Well, it's about a boy named Santiago. He had a dream about, like, he was in Spain and he had a dream about having a treasure under the Egyptian pyramid. So with some kind of belief, he went over there with like a lot of um, a lot of difficulties. He met a real alchemist though, and he teaches him the language of the universe. I don't know. And finally, when he reached the pyramid, he was robbed, and one of the thieves told him that, well, I have a dream that there was a church in Spain and they have many treasure long time ago, and I'm not stupid enough to go there. And so Santiago turned back and he finally found the treasure there.
Wow. That sounds like a really good story.
It is. Well, I have another book called The Laws of Attraction.
The Laws of Attraction. I know that one. Remind
Yeah.
me who wrote that book?
Esther and Jerry Hicks.
I am going to have a The Law of Attraction. Okay. Attraction book. Yep. I know a little bit about the law of attraction. The important thing about the law of attraction is that, the law of attraction essentially says that if you want something enough and you think about wanting it enough, it will come into your life. But the important thing to realize about that is that just sitting there wanting something won't bring it into your life. That want, for whatever it may be. So for me, it would be $1 million, for example. Let's just say that I really, really want $1 million. Just sitting here really, really wanting it isn't going to bring that into my life. Me wanting that $1 million needs to inspire me to take the action to earn that $1 million. So you need to make sure that your actions line up with the things that you want. So, for example, me wanting that $1 million, I'm not going to get it by going out to crazy parties every night. I'm going to need to make sure that my actions line up with earning that $1 million. So I need to make sure that I get enough sleep, that I eat a healthy diet, that I work out and exercise so that my mind and my body are in the best possible condition to be able to do what is necessary to earn that $1 million. Does that make sense?
Of course. There's another.
Good.
Okay. There's another book. It is Once Upon a Cow by Camilo Cruz.
What? Once Upon a Cow?
Yeah.
What's that book about?
So the book started with a short story. Like there were two angels, and they really happy when they visiting Earth. So a poor family greeted them, and when the storm came at the midnight, that family was really, really poor. They relying on a cow that gave them milk to uh, to, to sell. So the old angel really killed that cow, and the younger one could not believe it. And the next day he asked the older one why. So he said that actually the death wants to take away the old couple, so he really not the one that to happen. So he offered the cow to them. And on the second night, they also very well greeted by another family, but this one is a rich one. And the old fairy and the younger one, well, they were sleeping in the basement of the rich family. So they see a hole in the rich and the old angel cover that wall up. So of course the younger one could not believe him. So he asked why, and then he said that so behind that wall is actually a lot of treasure. And I know that man is greedy, so I'm covering up the wall so he could not grow any greedy. So the book is actually about well anything that seems kind of normal to us, but it actually very harmful. Like some habits we done every day, but it actually affect our life a lot. Yeah.
That sounds like another really good book. Actually, I am going to recommend a book for you to read. So there is an author called Robert Kiyosaki. He, well, his main job is he's basically a professional millionaire. He's like an investor, like buying shares in businesses and that all of those all of the financial jobs he does basically, and he's a very rich man because of it. He wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that is he's written quite a lot of books about finances and things like that, but he's also written a version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad for kids. It's a really good book actually, and it basically tells the story of his his dad, who he calls his poor dad, and it's the story about his relationship with him and his best friend's dad, who he calls his rich dad. And the reason he calls them that is because his dad, who's his poor dad, he did the I suppose you'd call it the typical route through life. So he went to school, went to university, got a degree, I think he became a teacher or a lecturer at university, and he dedicated his life to academics. And as a result, he got paid still a good wage, but he wasn't rich. And his best friend's dad was an entrepreneur, which means he used to start businesses and build them up and then sell them to people to take over when they were worth money. So he earned his money building businesses up. And so he's Robert's rich dad, and he teaches Robert all about like investing and smart money handling practices. And so the book is the story about his relationship with his two dads and the advice that they both gave him about money and how to use it properly and how to spend it in smart ways rather than just wasting it on things. And if you're interested in like business and finance and learning about money, that is a very good book to read.
Do you know Napoleon Hill?
Napoleon Hill. Oh, is it? No, is it? No, that's Dale Carnegie I'm thinking of. Napoleon Hill. I've heard the name. I think I've got one of his books. Let me just have a look. Think and Grow Rich.
Oh, okay. Well, he actually have a lot of books about finance, but now there's a book of him that club published way before he died. So his book is called Winning the Demon Inside You.
Oh, I think I've got that book. Outwitting the Devil.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got that book. Have you read that book before?
Yes.
Cool. What did you think of it?
Well, the book is a conversation of him and the demon. So it's basically talking with the demons about the attraction that we have every day. We want it, but it actually the trap for the demons. And the demons also, he also asked the demon to like how to get rid of those greediness. And the demons like answer it really carefully. And he made a deal with the demon is not to expose how to get rid of those greediness. And yeah, and 32 years later, one of his cousin found the books and he published it. So I think that's a good book.
Very nice. Well,
Yeah,
thank you very much for I was going to say thank you very much for sharing about that, Michael. That was very interesting.
okay. Thank you.
Very welcome. Alice, who's up next?
Next is, let me see, Nguyễn Kim.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, how are we?
I'm fine.
That's good.
Today we'll say book The Area of a Wimpy Kid. Do you know
What's it?
that? Do you know,
What's it called? Sorry, I didn't hear properly.
do you know The Area of a Wimpy Kid?
Oh, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yes.
I have heard of those books before. I know they are very popular, but they were written when I was a little bit older, so I haven't read them.
Ah,
Do you like those books?
yes.
Ah, well, tell us a little about them. What do you like about the books? What's the story about?
A story about a little boy. A little boy. A live of the little boy.
And what does this little boy do?
The boy is clever, and his best friend is Rolly Jefferson.
Cool.
He's a
so
wimpy kid.
he's one of the smart kids that doesn't like having that he doesn't like fighting. He's a bit of a softer kid. Is that what it's about?
Yeah.
Okay.
His name is Craig. Oh, Gregory.
Gregory.
Helpful.
Okay. And what does Gregory get up to in this story?
My story, the live up Greg, like Greg go to school and have a, and he play with his best friend Rolly, and
So,
he play the game with Rolly.
okay, so he plays with his friend Rolly at school.
Yes.
Cool. What else do they get up to?
Usually, he 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 sometimes laugh his friend Rolly, and they don't uh, they don't like they don't like they say I don't like you anymore, and a little time they will a friendship again.
Ah. I'm just having a little bit of a read about the storyline of Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
He told us it's
Ah.
not a diary,
And,
it's just his journal.
and Greg
Okay.
has a lot of jokes. They make everyone laugh. Just make everyone read that laugh. Because this book is very funny. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of book. Another
Ah. So the book is about Gregory's attempt to try and become popular at school.
Yeah.
and his travel
And all of the crazy things that he gets up to by the look of it.
I like this.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy those books and find them funny.
Yes, this book is very funny.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Yes, thank you, teacher.
You're very welcome. Okay, Alice, who do we have next?
Next we have Jack again.
Hello again, Jack. What would you like to share?
Okay, now I share about Disney's, about the book of Disney's, and the name of Movie on the Hillside. So once upon a time, and one of a simple fellow named Goofy lived in the hill. He got a Goofy on the hillside. In his neighborhood, a kind of farmer named Mrs. Third. So that about Mrs. Third. So one day Mrs. Third they want to take Goofy to take that cow to a nurse to someone buy it. So Goofy tied the rope cow and said for town. But when I go to the time, I see a guy for riding a horse, right? So when they're riding a horse, they just know about that, and they want to that horse. So that guy takes that. So Goofy takes that horse, and the guy would take that cow. So when Goofy climbed to the horse, so the horse looked like that, and he scared and run. So Goofy cannot stop them, and he flew up to them. So he sees that one guy as a pig. So he just about that pig. So they just see they want that pig. So that Mrs. takes that horse. So they want that when that Mrs. takes the horse, so they will take that pig back into it. But when he push it, it never go. He's just lazy. He just sit down and he sleep. So when he sit down and sleep, they just push and pull and push and pull. So they cannot push and pull. So that and he sees that guy, that boy, they got that goat. So they just want that goat, and the boy will take that pig. So the pig don't want to go. So they take some seed corn. So the pig see that and they go. So they take the goat and go with. They just be nice as that. When he just thirsty, he just drink water in the river. So the goat look like that hat. So he push in it into the river and he eats his hat. So he still go along and he see a girl. So they got that hand. So they want that hand. So the girl, what first test, they just want that. So the girl take that coach and go to just like that. When you go to Longhappy and walk up, he's a fry his hand would be and fly up into the tree. So they cannot go. So when the tree was broken down that, so they just bumped his head and he fell down, and he sees that old woman in the basket of her egg. So Goofy just wants that egg. So the old woman says, "You don't want that egg. You just take me that hand." So when he take that and swish it, he go it. So when he go it, he trip into one rock or the root of the tree, and he bump. All the egg were broken. Only 2 eggs were not broken. He just been nice, not anything crashed. So he don't have anything egg. Only 2 eggs. When Goofy was very hungry, so they just want to eat something, he go to the bakery of Mrs. This for Mrs. says that. So that about he go to the bakery and this. So they give to that man of bakery. So the man said, "If you take me to bakery, I will take you a lot of bread." When they take two eggs, they take a lot of bread. Goofy was eating so much and he eating all the time. So just like that. And now he wanted to help in that, and he want to break the bread and take a manual work at the house. If they take work at the house, so the bakery locks the door and he go away from his Goofy house and in the hillside. When he go by the big hillside, they see his Mrs. I will see and that guy bakery, and he wanted to help it. So the Mr. Bakery is fixing the wall and trying to do all the work in it and painting all the wall wood. And he adds more. He just break a cake of chocolate is on me. So he just break that and go with taste it is dummy. So when he tastes it, they take out to Mrs. A and Goofy and the bakery, so they eat that. So So the group is the thank for help sums up the end.
Wow, that was quite a story.
So that about the business of the book. So I got a lot of book on back on me. A lot of book of business.
Well, that's good. It sounds like you really enjoy reading, Jack.
So I just reading at night. So I know about and I go back and I open the book and talk about that again. So that about if you want that I will read all for you and it not and talk out about of it.
Ah, well, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of television. So my
Wow.
mum made a rule where half an hour before bedtime, I had to go and get into bed, and then I had to read a book for that half an hour before it was lights out. So I used to read it at nighttime a lot as well. That can be a very good thing to do.
Wow, you're just like me, all day and night. So I just read a book and I go to sleep at the bedtime or not when I was younger and with my little sister and a young little brother. So I got that, a young little brother, and I go to sleep. And so my mom would take that phone out and read, read my favorite story, but it is the Vietnamese, it don't be English. So that my mom was reading and I go to sleep. So so that about I eat, I like, but now they don't do that. I just read by myself or the book. So when I younger, all the evening when they go to sleep, so my mom were talking about and Vietnam mess up of the story, nice story in many things of many character of that and setting and places. They're very funny and I read it, but now I just read by myself a book and it's very fun, like fun just like that on the project. When the project just like that, is you want that to just be read on hundred books you like. I like book too, but I like just like a science book of, of a guy for that guys. And I read the war stories. The guy was very light. He very good at the math and science and large. I don't know why he do that. He just a baby when he go to won't grow up and he don't do I don't he is very broke and how possible he can very good at that. I don't know about I need to read some more and I know about more.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, just a little point that I wanted to add just to finish up our conversation, Jack, was that when you were younger, your mum used to read to you because you didn't know how to read. But now that you're older and you've learned to read, she doesn't need to read to you anymore. So it's good, very good that you can read for yourself.
I go to first time I go to school one, but I first day to read. So when I come to the end of the day, and so I'm born now, and I go to the page to fun, and my mom just do that. But I still can read it. I can read it when I'm a school. I'm not as younger. I just good to read when I older and I older in the 8 years old, but now I just been 11 years old. So I don't do read by my mom just not read to me. So I just read by myself. So that about what I know about my mom just don't do that. So my mom just do my little brother baby. So each day sometimes they read to him and he go to grow up and grow up when he's still baby and he can see anything. Each day of the night he just want to read
and I just want to read a story too because it is fun time. I can do Disney and Cool Project 5 and many book I like. And what is a book would you like?
Pardon? What was the
Is
last
you
bit?
like if what is your book would you like? Is you like
What is a-
Disney? The book you like favorite?
Ooh, my absolute favorite book in the whole world. Ooh, that's a tough one. I would say overall, probably Harry Potter, but I like reading books about. I like reading books
Is you?
about a lot of different subjects and stories. Well,
You know about
thank you very much.
you know about Harry Potter. So I know about the Harry Potter. It is very fun. Or the in the Netflix.
They
When
are.
I go to watch on the Netflix in that. So I see and Harry Potter and I see it and I
Well-
know about all the Harry Potter. They don't be scared about it. But he is very warm because they don't not scared just like when someone talk about the Harry Potter because Harry Potter is fun. Many, but they not
He is. Well,
because
Jack.
they're not real.
Jack.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your share. Thank you very much for your share. We found it very
Okay.
interesting. Thank you
Okay.
very much. All right. We have two more.
Yeah,
Alice, Michael, or Mary? Who's up next?
it's Mary.
Mary, what would you like to talk to everybody about?
Yeah. Michael,
Yes.
when you smile, do you watch movies of Harry Potter or you read it?
It depends. If I am by myself, I prefer to read the books. But if I'm with a group of friends or some family, then I prefer to watch the movies.
Yeah, but I don't have the books of Harry Potter, but I listen to. Sometimes I watch a movie. Sometimes I listen to the TV on my phone, making it well. That's some kind of fun because I love movie when I'm small. I always watch movie and into mom's that mom always have to get me outside to play. Even my dad.
You say that last bit again. Sorry, Mary.
Yeah, because my mom and my dad always. I watch movies so much that my mom and dad have to that send me outside to play.
Well,
I won't go.
that used to happen to me all the time when I was a kid. I'd either watch TV or watch a movie or play some video games. And I used to do it so much. I used to do it so much that my mum and dad would come in and tell me to go outside and play with my friends. That used to happen to me all the
When
time.
I go outside, I just play. Yeah, and when I go outside, I just play a little and came back to watch a movie. My mom and dad have to send me to play with my little sister, and I just play a little and go back in to watch the movie. Well, that's always happened to
And
me.
you don't get in trouble for that?
No.
I used to try that a couple of times. I'd go outside and play for a little bit, and then I'd try and sneak back inside to go and watch my TV again or watch a movie again, and I'd always get in trouble. They'd send me back outside again to keep playing with my friends.
Yeah. When I go outside, I have to have something to play so I can play little pretend with my imagination.
Playing games with,
Well,
using your imagination can be a lot of fun.
yeah,
Like pretending that you're a superhero, or
yeah.
there are lots of
And
things you can
or
pretend to be
maybe
with your imagination.
dinosaur. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share, Mary?
No.
Well, thank you very much for sharing with us. And
Yeah.
we've got our last little input from Michael.
No, Michael and the other one.
Oh, my apologies. Michael, second last share. What would you like to tell everybody?
So I just want to ask a quick question though. Is there any famous Australian author or book?
Ooh, I'm very sure that there are. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. So let me do a quick search here, and I'll tell you a couple of them. Ooh, okay. There are yes, there are quite a lot of Bryce Courtney. He's a very, very famous Australian author. He's written a lot of books. I think let me- Bryce Courtney. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's written a lot of books. I think they are mostly stories are written for adults, because his books tend to be quite long, and the language is quite advanced. But yeah, Bryce Courtney is probably the most famous Australian author. Is there anything else you'd like to ask or tell us, Michael?
No, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, our last conversation.
Moha.
Noha, did I say
Yes.
that right?
Yeah. And hello. And have you ever heard about Toro-chan, the little girl at the window?
Have I ever heard about what, sorry?
The book named Toro-chan, the little girl at the window.
No, I haven't. What's that about?
It's a book about a school in Tokyo during World War II that combine learning with fun, freedom, and love. And the main character is a Toto-chan, and she's a native girl. Before learning at Tomore School, she has learned in another school, but in the school she is very native, and the teachers didn't like her, so her mother led her to Tomoe School, and in this school, this school was very unusual. It had old railroad cars for classroom, and it was run by an extraordinary man and his father, and he's very he's very the school is very exciting and interesting that and that Toto-chan very like the school, and I have read this book 3 times and I still love it.
Oh, well, that's great. That's really good that you can read that book so many times and still enjoy it. That's really good.
Yes.
So what's your favorite part of the story?
I think the favorite part is that the first day Toto-chan met
When she met who?
the first day Toto-chan met the headmaster of the school.
Cool. And what happened when she met the headmaster?
The headmaster led her to talk about everything she wants, and she had talked about everything happened in her life when she was when she was a little child to a time she talked to the headmaster.
Wow. Very cool.
She is a talkative girl. She talks a lot.
I've known a few people like that. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share about the book?
I think that you should read that book because that book is very meaningful. It's like at the end of the book is the Tomoe is being destroyed because
Oh, is this a story about Nagasaki or Hiroshima?
yes, it's being
Ah, okay. Can you remind me what the name of it is? I'm going to look it up right now.
the name of the book is Toto-chan, the girl at the window, the little girl at the window.
Little girl at the window. Toto-chan, the little girl at the window. Ah.
In this school, Toto-chan had like the new environment and instantly falls in love with the school.
Oh, bless! I've got a web page with that book written up on it, so I'm going to check that out after this lesson ends. If you like stories like that, I recommend maybe checking out a book called The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
What's that book?
That book is about, I knew right up until you asked me, it's just gone right out of my head. It's about a little boy during World War II, but it's based in Poland. There was a little boy. There were 2 little boys. The story centers around their friendship. One is one boy. His dad works at an army camp during World War II, and he's one of the soldiers in charge of keeping the prisoners under control. and his little boy makes friends with one of the little boys that's actually a prisoner in the camp. And they have a friendship because they're little kids and they don't understand what's going on. So they just see each other as just two boys being friends. And I won't give anything away about the book because it is actually a very good story. And I think you should read it to learn everything about it rather than me telling you.
Can you give me the name of the book?
Yep, the book is called The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
The Boy in the Striped Pajamas?
That's it.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Now, the main the difference between that book and The Little Girl at the Window is I read up on the internet about it when you told me the name of it. That is an autobiography. So that is a book about something that actually happened. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas is a fiction story. So it's just a story with pretend people in it.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your contribution, No. That was a
Yes,
great little
thank you very much,
conversation.
Mr.
You're very welcome. Alice, close us out.
Yeah.
Close us out. Is there anything that you'd like to add to the conversation before we finish?
No, I don't have anything. I just want you to choose a topic for next week.
Very good. Does anybody have any suggestions for a topic that they'd like to discuss? If you do, type it up as a message in the chat. What topics would we like to discuss next week? Anybody? Michael, your hand is raised. Music. What do you think, Alice?
They already did music.
Before I came along.
Yeah.
Well, if we've already done it, does anybody else have a topic of conversation? Oh, we've got a few messages. Animals.
Animals.
What do we think about that topic, guys? Should we talk about animals next week?
And
we could talk about the forest, maybe. Technology. Ooh.
all technology, yeah, already chosen.
Have we already talked about that, or is that going to be the topic?
No, technology. We have already talked about that.
Ah, okay. So music. What about food?
Yeah, we did already.
Already, of course. What about art?
Yeah, already.
Already? Are we talking about all different kinds of art, or are we just talking about like painting pictures?
No, different kinds of art.
Okay. Ooh. What about different modes of transport? So like talking about cars, motorbikes, bicycles,
transport.
skateboards, aeroplanes.
Oh, yeah, that sounds interesting.
Okay. Languages might be a difficult topic to talk about if we're supposed to be talking in English.
No, we have already did languages.
Ah, I just saw that message pop up there. All right, so we'll talk about transport next week.
Trans.
So yes, everybody think about different types of transport, whether you like driving in the car, going on the train, if anyone's ever flown on an aeroplane before, where did they like to go? Yeah, just think about anything to do with how we get from one place to another. That's what we'll talk about next week. Yes, riding a bike as well is another good one. I think we'll stick to real forms of transport there, no. Teleporters are, at the moment, they're science fiction. Teleportation isn't possible at the moment. That was a good one. All right, guys, I think we've gone really over time. So we'll say good night. Helicopter, another good one. But yeah, we'll say good night and we'll see you everybody next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Goodbye.
Have a great night.
Yes,
Thank you,
goodbye,
guys.
teacher.
Bye.
Good night, everybody, and thank you very much, Alice. You did a great job tonight.
Thank you
Night,
for
night,
attending.
everybody.